Hey everyone, my name is Edna. Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about past dating experiences that have been really bad. So I figured, since I'm posting on Halloween, happy Halloween to any of you who celebrate it. I figured since I want to talk about dating stories that, you know, were just really bad, I could just be like, oh, these are like horror stories, right? Because some of them were like really bad. So I'm gonna share 3. I hope that's enough chisme, and if it's not, don't worry, there will be more chisme coming. And I hope the glare behind me isn't bothering you. It kind of makes me look like an angel, right? For Halloween I was just like a cat, I think. I say I think because I bought the little cat ears, but my friends didn't let me paint my face, so shame on them. But anyways, yeah, I've dated pretty consistently in these last few years. Last year not as much because, you know, I was in school and it just took over my life. But yeah, I have more than 3 bad experiences, but like I think these are like the 3 worst ones. So the first one is the worst boyfriend ever. Now, to give you a little bit of background, we were only together for like 2 or 3 weeks, and he was like old school. He had come from like, you know, another country, like at a much older age, so he thought differently. I had different cultural like values and gender norms and all that, and I did know that he was a little more machista than, you know, anyone I had ever dated. But I was like, oh, well, like, you know, we'll find a middle ground. No, we did not find a middle ground. Now, I'm also pretty sure there was like some substance abuse issues, but, you know, I'm not a doctor, so like I don't know. But it was just a lot of little things, like I think he visited me in school a few times, and like, let's say I cooked. Well, then if I cook, I expect him to wash the dishes, and he would like refuse to do the dishes, and like a lot of things where we clashed. But one of the main things was he was so opinionated. He was so opinionated about my family. Like one time, he said that my mom, we were on the phone, and he said that my mom should leave my dad and marry one of his uncles. Like, he was like very delusional, and trust me, for me to say that someone's delusional, because I'm like super like out there and crazy and like, you know, shoot for the stars kind of person, he was intense, like me times 10 and on something. But and I'm not trying to be rude, but that's kind of how it was. But yeah, I think the worst part about this guy was that when you know, because I started talking to my ex again, not at the same time, but like there was contact, there was some contact, so I was gonna break up with this one guy, you know, because I'm not gonna cheat. So I think the guy knew or something. He went and showed up to my ex-boyfriend's workplace with a weapon. Like, I don't know if it was a gun or a knife because I wasn't there. Like, my ex swears it was a gun. That in itself is crazy, right? But the hard part was I couldn't get rid of him. Like, I broke up with him. He made a whole scene with my family. Like, most people didn't know we were like talking or anything, but he had like a seizure of some kind and was blaming my mom, and it was just really intense. Like, my uncles turned on my mom because they really liked this guy, and it was like really awkward and just a horrible situation. And honestly, there was a point where I almost talked with people at the apartment because I didn't want him showing up where I was living. Like, he knew where I lived, and yeah, it was a really uncomfortable position. So that's like the worst boyfriend I've had. It was like one thing after another. It was only like 2-3 weeks that we dated. We had talked before that, obviously, but yeah, it was the worst, like the worst. Like another example is like he was using my laptop and he uploaded pictures he had on his phone to my laptop of like dead people from his country. Like, oh my god, it was like horrible. Anyways, let's move on to the next horror story, which is, okay, this one like was very manipulative to me. So this guy was very manipulative. When I met him, he was super nice, and it was kind of like a weird situation because at work we trained together, and when we came into the work site, it was a security job a few years ago. I guess people thought we were dating or we were related, like people weren't sure. After a little bit, like like 2-3 weeks, he started telling me that I was so beautiful and that we would date and this and that. He was totally not my type. Like, I like my men big, like big, chubby big, or like big, muscular big, right? Because I want them to be bigger than me. So I didn't think much of it, but I don't know how he was able to convince me to take me out on a date. So we went like on 2-3 dates, and I was like, oh shit, like I kind of like this guy. But the more we hanged out together, I realized that he was trying to change me. He was trying to change everything about me. Like, I told him I wanted to lose weight, and he was like, he said something about why bake the cake and have someone eat it. Like really weird, basically saying that if he helped me lose weight, then someone else was gonna come around and snatch me. And like, there was a few comments about how he hadn't gone to school and I had, and it made me a little uncomfortable, but that wasn't it. There was like 2-3 issues. One of the main issues was he was desperate about me meeting his mom, but he wanted me to convert to his religion so that I could meet his mom. So I guess he went to a mosque or temple, I'm not 100% sure, and he wanted me to go and start dressing differently and, you know, more conservative and whatnot. And I was like, oh no, like I can't do this. And so what I realized at work that was going on was I'm pretty sure he started telling people that, you know, we went on like 2-3 dates because people were starting to act like they knew something, even though nah. But so one time he got sick, and I noticed that like he was being such a baby about it, and like a lot of men are babies when they get sick, but I'm not your wife, so chill. But he was like demanding that I go visit and take care of him and this and that, and just very manipulative. And the last straw for me was he showed up late to work once, and mind you, we had like really early call times. I think it was like, sorry, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, so it was like probably 4 or 5 a.m. call times, and so he showed up late. As he was walking towards our manager, he like screamed at me. He was like, why didn't you wake me up? You could have called me, this and that. And I was like, whoa. I just like looked around, and I'm like, dude, I don't know, set a fucking alarm. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I knew he definitely wasn't going to be for me. Like, I want a strong man, but I think men that are like that are, you know, either have confidence issues, have some sort of trauma, or are just like, their personalities are really weak. So they, or like they're like inside they're kind of weak because they feel like they have to control. And again, it was like kind of weird with trying to change who I am, and like, I don't know, it just, no. Anyways, lastly but not least, I figured I would tell a story of someone that ghosted me because, you know, ghosts and Halloween. Yeah. This guy I knew since I was really young because he's the older brother of someone I went to school with. I thought he was cool, like I always liked him. So we started talking probably, I was probably back from studying abroad, so I had finished college already. Or maybe it was like my senior year of college, I don't remember. But anyways, he was like a really nice guy. We were gonna have a date. He totally like did not call, show up, or anything. So I was at home. So I was like, whatever. And then come to find out, he had been really sick. Now, because it was strep throat, I figured, okay, whatever. Like, he was really sick, so I let that go. We started talking again, and then we went on one date. And then after that date, he totally ghosted. Like, that was it. He was done. And truly, to the attributes of someone who ghosts you, they still look at all your shit. So he was looking at, you know, my stories on IG and Snapchat, and I didn't block him. But come to find out later, I won't say who told me, but apparently there was a group chat where there was several guys that I went to school with, and this guy. Now, I don't know 100% what the comments were, because I wasn't on the group chat, but you can only imagine what was going on through that group chat. So I'm assuming it was something bad enough for him to not want to contact me again. I have a few comments of what was said on that group chat, but I'm not gonna say. But anyways, yeah, he still sees my things. I don't really care to block him. Honestly, it was his loss. Peter, if you're ever seeing this, sorry for your loss. I was great, but you know, you couldn't handle it. It's fine, it's cool. And I'm not trying to throw shade, whatever. Like, you guys probably don't even know who he is. So anyways, the point is that yeah, I've had some shitty experiences dating, but I have not given up hope. I like 2 months ago made a Tinder and Cheese Spa account. I've been on a few dates, like, you know, things are going pretty well. But yeah, we'll see, because I want to find love now, you know, and I'm 25, turning 26 pretty soon. So yeah, I think it's time. And I think that I'm ready for, you know, something serious. And I think for a long time I was kind of in my own little, like, I was in my own head because of an ex, but you know, and I thought it was important for me to move on from that person before seriously dating. So now I'm back out there, and these really bad stories, you know, are good to share and stuff, but you know, I feel like everyone has them, so to me, it's like whatever. I don't mind sharing them. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Maybe some of you can relate. I hope you liked the video. Stay tuned, because I'm definitely going to be posting more often, and I'm planning to do Vlogmas in December, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll see you in my next video, and I hope you have a beautiful day.